Ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you are following us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and please do leave us a 5-star review. It helps us more than you can imagine. Anyways, enjoy the podcast. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. It is the end of the week, so hopefully whatever day you listen to this, whether you listen to it on a weekend, I can't believe people actually do that, by the way. They listen to us on their weekends. In their
So they should know. So they should.
Somebody sent it to me saying, "Oh, that's like part of my Saturday routine," and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, well, we fill the space of Soccer AM.
Oh,
Good
I like
point.
that. Yeah, I take it
Good
back.
point.
I love you all for listening on the weekend. It just blows my mind that I said, "How much spare time have you got? How boring is your weekend?" That's it. And he was like,
I'm not eating your
But
fry
fresh
first
air
in
is
the
really
morning.
good for you.
"Yeah, get out whilst you listen to us." At
Yeah,
least.
weather's
go on a
nice,
walk.
touch grass, do it.
What if they're going for a nice walk in the morning and listen to a podcast whilst walking? Best of both worlds then.
That's perfect.
That's what we're saying.
That's what we're saying. Get out.
They need to get all high pitched on us.
Sorry.
Today we're debating every single
Sorry,
Premier
pal.
League club's best player this season. So how will we be doing this? We'll be going through, discussing, kind of going all over the place. But yeah, we'll do it kind of fast, quick fire. So I've just realised I have not got them in alphabetical order again because I did this last time.
Good.
Because I did it wrong every time. So I'm going to quickly get...
Sam, prepare really badly.
Well, no, I forget
Good
that Si
boy.
likes it. Si likes it in alphabetical. It makes him happy. So we'll start off then with...
It's just a suggestion.
No, it's because we did it last time.
Well,
I
why
forget.
wouldn't we? That's the only way to do it,
So I
surely.
did it in the Premier League order. Like I
That's
was.
Which was silly, wasn't it?
Stupid, yeah.
And I forget every time AFC Bournemouth. So it's starting off with AFC Bournemouth.
Well, that's a bit
Bournemouth.
silly. The Premier League app doesn't do that.
There you go.
It has them in B.
I've got them on BBC
Also,
Sport.
also, Villa are second to Arsenal. I don't understand that.
Right then, who is the best player this season for Bournemouth? Matt, we'll start with you. What's your player? And we'll each tell each.
That's an alphabetical order. Where's the A's?
Oh, we've just gone through this.
AFC.
Sorry, I've
AFC.
Oh, you weren't even here.
Sorry, I glossed over it
Were you
completely.
drawing stars on your legs?
No, I have lost my notes for this episode.
Oh, good. Okay.
Clivert.
Great
Clivert.
Also, Clivert.
I've gone Semenyo.
Oh, I love Semenyo.
Is it Hoisin?
Yeah, Hoyson.
Centre half?
Hoisin
Hoisin.
Duck.
We'll touch on the fact that you both said Clivert then. Talk us through it, both of you, a bit back and forth. Tell us.
Boring, eh? Just love it to watch footballer.
You say he's boring?
Baller?
Oh, I thought you said boring.
Did you say
I thought you said boring.
Why do you love him so much?
Boring. I was thinking...
Yes, it's simple and sexy.
That was like the Cannavaro argument all over again. Sell him. Too good. Far too good. Boring.
never impressed me. Why?
That's so
Too
good. Sorry, carry on. You was calling him a baller.
Yeah, baller. Just the creativity of him. I think he's just so much for that team. Going forwards, creating goals. Evan Nilsson's really thrived off him. I think Semenyo does brilliant work off Clivert's creativity as well. I think he's the cog in a vital machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just seems to be mentioned. If they win, he's mentioned.
Yeah.
Full stop. I think there's been a lot of top performers around him. I think Kirkes deserves a mention.
Yeah.
But we don't do honourable mentions, so I don't know what.
No, you as well. Thank you.
Despise honourable mentions, so yeah.
I couldn't decide between him and Semenyo because I think both of them seem to score all their goals. Because whenever it's always one of them two, isn't it? And anything attacking wise, that's good. They've got something to do with it, whether they're early on in the start of the play or the final product. It's always something to do with them. And Bournemouth have been really weird this season. I feel like they've really tailed off recently.
Yeah.
Considering
No one's mentioned them recently, have they?
I forgot they existed. Honestly, I forgot about them
They're
until.
so bad they let Hoyland score against them on the
Yeah,
weekends.
that's how bad they are. Yeah.
It's as they've had players coming back from injury, they've got worse.
Yeah, they need that room back with
Yeah.
about 15 of them all piled in.
Cheerleaders.
Like sardines in there. Okay, then perfect.
But
We'll
yeah,
move.
and he's also up there for having more goals at St James's Park than his dad.
Yeah, incredible. I love that stat, by the way.
And hat-trick of penalties.
Yes, there was that. Anyway,
Beautiful. Arsenal.
I've done a full turn.
oh,
I know exactly who you're going to say.
you?
I have.
Yeah.
I've fallen on my sword.
And I respect it.
Gabriel. Better than Saliba for me.
I think he has been this
He's
year.
been so good, so consistent, and he's just like proper old-fashioned centre half. He'd be so horrible to play against if you're a striker.
Yeah, he would.
And that for me is a centre half. Players don't want to play against you.
This year it's more noticeable when he's missing.
Yeah.
As opposed to missing Saliba.
Yeah.
I think Saliba's made more mistakes this year as well.
Yeah.
It's fair to say.
And when they scored every week from set pieces, no one else scored except Gabriel. It was always Gabriel.
Yeah, very fair comments.
Even though that's tailed off a bit recently, but I suppose Arsenal as a whole have tailed off a bit recently. But yeah, generally the standout.
Well,
for
since
me.
we're Champions League, they've enough to play for, to be fair.
Well, no, they've already won Champions League across 2 legs against Real Madrid.
I went Declan Rice, but I'd hear more Gabriel. I couldn't really decide again. I feel like those two are massive standouts. Gabriel's gone. Sorry, Gabriel.
Probably Declan Rice because he scored 2 free kicks in the Champions League final.
I forgot about that actually. Yeah, good point.
First leg or second leg of the final?
First leg of the final.
First leg, that was it, yeah.
And
Where the damage was done.
Right, yeah.
I just feel like he's stepped up massively this season. I feel like goals-wise especially as well, but there's been so many times where he's carried them. We're seeing like the Declan Rice, the way he was playing at West Ham, where he's relied on quite a lot, where you can see he's a bit more of a leader in this side now. He does everything, doesn't he? Like we spoke about him when he first joined, he was playing as a bit of a 6, wasn't he? Whereas this season now, that's where he's gone hit Jim as well. I've never noticed how wide he is until recently. Like he seems like a unit, when especially against in the Real Madrid final. I noticed when he was playing in midfield how much he was like a battering ram. I'd never appreciated how big he was. I like this new narrative. I do as well.
I'd Rice as well, to be fair. I think he's been absolutely top. And he has the best attribute in football, availability.
Yeah.
Always
Matt,
plays.
who would you got?
Rice.
Beautiful. Rice.
Baby?
Rolls Royce.
Yeah, I like that. Rolls
And the
Royce.
memes are great still.
Next, we've got Aston Villa.
I think the easy answer is Rodgers, isn't it? But I'm going to go Teletubby.
I went Konza.
Mr. Consistent.
I've gone Kamara.
I've gone Kamara as well. I'm obsessed with the bloke and how many haircuts he has as well. I spoke about that last week.
Got to rate a player who has a lot of haircuts.
Yeah. Every week. That can't. No, it's not him. And then I'm like, yes, it is. Incredible.
In fact, it was close between Tielemans and Kamara, but Tielemans has always had the same haircut, so I'm changing my mind to Kamara just for the haircuts.
Konsa, what was the thought process on
I just
that?
think he's been the best defender for them. I think their defence has been really poor all season, except for him. I think he's been...
So he's been the least bad.
No, he's been good in a bad defence.
Best of a bad bunch.
No, just least bad.
Least bad but best.
Least rubbish.
Least rubbish. I think he's
Well
been
done.
solid. I think he's been solid this year.
Well done,
I think,
Konza, for being least rubbish defender at Villa.
and I think also when he's played for England as well, he's shown he's of an elite quality. I think he's very good.
We're not talking about England's best player.
I know, but he's reached the England's... He's reached playing for England because he's played so well for Villa.
Yes.
Good.
Agreed.
Glad you agree.
I think he's made a case to be considered as part of the two sort of starting centre halves now, instead of being utilised as a potential sort of fullback.
I agree that he's been Villa's least bad defender.
I'm glad you agree with that.
Next, Brentford.
Oh, Wissa. Record breaker.
And who have you got, Si?
And Bimo.
I couldn't really pick.
Let's
say Wissa.
I've just put Baldy so that hopefully I can get away with other than both.
It's the same Chaz last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Both of them are top.
Brentford's highest Premier League goal scorer. Very rarely injured. Always chips in.
Always smiling as well.
Always smiling. Just happy to be there.
Vibing.
Good vibes only.
It's mad the amount of numbers they're putting up as a duo though. Like
Yeah,
it's mental that at Brentford side I've got 2 players with over 15 goals in the Premier League.
And I think he wins it for the classic Portugal shirt that he wore on Brentford's.
Oh, it was a beauty, wasn't
Classic
it?
football
Yeah,
shirt,
beauty.
Yeah.
It's a absolute top tier. So yeah, that's won it for you, Johan.
You saying that? Sorry, just back to the Villa losing the semi-final. They deserve to lose that semi-final because did you see them wearing their classic Villa shirts? Where
Yeah, I
you can
saw
quite
that.
clearly tell that they'd already come in and they'd been told to go back out with the Villa shirts.
Yeah, here's a box, lads.
It's
you pick
so
one each.
funny. It's so because it's so obvious that because obviously these are footballers. They're not actors. Like them going morning in their Villa shirts that you can buy by clicking this link, and they're all matched out. Have you not seen
no.
it? It's so funny.
I'm glad I haven't. I don't want to.
I think it's Matty Cash tries to like strike a conversation as he comes in. It's so obvious. He's like, "Good morning."
Yeah, it's very Tim Park.
It's so good. They deserve to lose because of that. Sorry, you've just reminded. I'll have to send you that. It's horrible. Watch.
No, I don't want to. Don't send it me. I won't watch it.
But I'm glad we're all in agreement though between Visser and Bum. I know there's other players that have been incredible, but those two are just too good.
King Lewis Potter has had a good year.
Damsgaard's been top for him. First real season's been there.
Honourable mention.
Been top.
Next then, we've got Brighton and Hove Albion.
Danny Welbeck.
Ditto.
I love him.
Loved it.
From where? From nowhere?
The redemption.
What a player.
Welbeck for England.
Why not?
Always performed well for England when he played.
I think him and Chris Wood would be a great partnership.
Get well back up front. Burn at the back. Love it. I'm just going to put this out as well.
Who did you have, Matt?
Matty Cash, right back.
I was torn again. I'm going to go with Belieber.
Are you a...
I am a believer.
I've gone Belieber as well. Incredible.
Yeah.
I also think it's just because he's another one of those players that seems to have come out of nowhere. That just they've spawned in, even though he has played in Europe for quite a while.
You guys cost a lot of money in the
I
summer.
didn't realise, but I had no clue. I'm not
So you're
gonna
talking
pretend.
rubbish then?
But that's why because he just
come
spawned
from
in.
nowhere.
No, but that's the point. No, but you have no idea of these players. They just spawn in. They're incredible, and you go and do research. You go, oh, yeah, why has no one else seemed to even have spoken or been linked with him?
They seem to have struggled in centre mid a little bit, and they had Gilmore for a period, and that didn't really come to fruition and all that sort of stuff. But he seems to have nailed that down and found his feet, and he's nice and solid now.
Next then, Chelsea.
Yeah, probably. I was going to say he's been rubbish for half the season, but probably still Cole Palmer.
was more logic,
because
yeah.
they've been that bad.
Yeah, I had that.
There's been so few standout players, probably still Palmer.
Because I've been rubbish since January.
Yeah.
You're absolutely spot on.
I think it can only be Caicedo, Cucurella, or Cole Palmer. Nobody else, I don't think, in the squad has had a season where you can
Even
put
close.
them.
Yeah.
Cucurella back in the position that he excelled so well in at Brighton.
No, I've got it. Enzo Fernandez when he was single.
What's this?
Because he broke up for his missus.
Yeah.
Scored about 8 goals in 6 games. And then got back with his missus and has gone quiet again.
It's like the Rashford thing again. Do you remember with all the Man United fans when they were researching?
You were
Rubbish.
journalist for Heat magazine.
Did you not see this?
No.
Yeah.
How would we have seen this? Where
Just
are
on
you
Instagram.
searching this?
Just on Instagram, not broke with his missus. Then suddenly he goes on a scoring run and then gets back with her. And then suddenly he's out of form again.
I'm going to start looking at the accounts you follow on Instagram. I want to know what pages you're watching.
Heat, okay. Hello.
You Wagatha Christie. Oh.
Okay then, Crystal Palace.
Boo, 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 boo.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm in agreement. Yeah.
it's got to be.
Are we all in agreement? That's
Yep.
Mateta, by the way. If you don't.
I think it's a pod. All vote from everyone involved.
I'd hope so.
It's a bit of a cult hero vote, isn't it?
Yeah.
I saw a tweet saying that he'll be a Streets Won't Forget, and I was like, no,
He's
won't.
too good.
He's too good. Because he's done it now for 2 years, and that's a year too long. If you want to be a Streets Won't Forget, the majority of them have moments where it's only for, like, Michu is a prime example of that. Michu didn't do it for this long.
But he's like the best cult hero, isn't he? Because,
Yeah.
again, cult heroes tend to be a bit rubbish, don't
Yeah.
they? So maybe cult hero is the wrong sort of phrase. But
But he was
that's
awful
that's
for
how
a
I
year.
feel about him.
The first year or two, he was rubbish at Palace.
He was a bit of a donkey.
Was it Hodgson when he wasn't good enough? I'm trying to think who it would have been. Was it Vieira? Would it have been Vieira, surely. He was awful. I remember at the start, we took the mick out of him. It's until he went bald, because he had hair at that time, didn't he? Well,
I can't remember Mateta with hair. I feel like he's been bald for his life.
Mateta had hair. I'll stand by that.
He did. I saw a picture of him the other day.
Everton
Pickford.
Illiman and Jai.
or David Moyes.
Probably David.
David Moyes.
I just struggle. I think It's a really weird one. It's like
the bloke who put the flare in with the Liverpool fans.
Sado.
Who else could?
Pickford.
Yeah, probably.
Because again, it's another great season from Pickford.
They just haven't got many pretty footballers, have they? And Joy is, so that's why he stood out for me.
It's a squad, isn't it?
And
It's
I've
like
been a
a
little bit
system.
in love with him ever since I saw him at the Albion.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
and
Sheffield
just
United.
played us on
Was
his
that
own.
Corbrand's first game, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Mental.
Such a small sort of figure. Bullied
I put him
people.
in the club.
He's incredible.
Ridiculous. But yeah, Pickford's probably a good show.
You're going Pickford as well?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
The Pickford's the obvious for me. I just wish he gets a move in the summer to like a European team.
I do think he's probably played at the level now where he probably should do. Like, it is mad,
He's
isn't
been
it?
there for
He's
years,
still at
yeah.
Everton. It blows my mind every time I think about it. That, like, we're talking about England being one of the best footballing nations right now.
And he always does well for
And,
England.
he performs and he
Yeah.
plays
Oh.
for Everton in a relegation scrap.
Edison set to leave. Opens the door.
I think they've already said they're going to stick with Ortega as their number one, which I think is balmy, but
Yeah. Is Pickford good enough with his feet for City? You've got to be.
Maybe not.
I was going to say, I feel like that.
I don't know at the Albion.
Yeah. So. Fulham.
they're such
Who's
a
it-
weird
who's-
club, aren't they?
Yeah.
Fulham.
Iwobi.
I was thinking Iwobi.
It's not the most exciting player.
I
but
defaulted to Leno.
have you just got-
Goalkeepers Union.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Sado.
I respect it, the fact that you stick to it, though.
William,
Anthony
legend of the game.
The fact he's come
In
back.
fact, he's come back again. I'm having him again. William. I'm having William again.
Anthony Robinson's had a good year.
Yeah, I like that shout.
I'll go with Anthony Robinson.
They're a weird one, aren't they, Fulham? I
No,
looked at
no
it.
one wants a fullback to be their best player, though, do they?
That's where you look at it, isn't it?
No one wants to be an Anthony Robertson.
No, yeah.
Off to Liverpool.
No one has Anthony Robinson on the back of their shirt.
No.
do they?
Fulham as a
Loads
side.
of people have William.
It's like the Brighton shout and Bournemouth. There's no real huge standouts, is there?
No, you're absolutely correct.
They're
yeah.
just good squads.
Just good players.
Yeah.
No sexy players, really. Just Premier League players.
Yeah, it feels difficult. That was the one I struggled with the most. I looked at the squad and I was like, no one jumped out. Like it's
So, like expansive, sort of expressive football with Smith Rowe, and I think he's been pretty poo since his move, to be honest with you. I don't think he's been very good at all. for
I haven't
them.
really seen much.
I
of
also
him.
said that he'd be poo when I predicted that Liverpool would win the league
Yeah.
with the best transfer window.
just casually just dropping it in again.
Respect.
Ipswich.
There's only one answer for this, surely.
Yeah.
Dunno.
1,
Alex
2,
Palmer.
3, Calvin Phillips. Oh.
He has been incredible, to be fair, since he's gone.
No, has he?
Palmer's been incredible.
No, and against Wolves, we need it one straight underneath his foot.
well,
Come on.
So, as you said earlier,
Come on!
great performance against the Villa as well. He's had a good few games. The Ipswich fans are buzzing with him. The fact that it's the first keeper that hasn't.
Yeah, but if you had Muric, who cost 15, 16 mil, and then went to
Muric.
Palmer, I mean, Christ, anyone's better than him.
well, best player. No,
You get so exasperated
No,
when
but
we
I'm just
talk
like,
about
Muric is so
keepers.
poor. I just can't believe it cost 16
Come
mil.
on!
I just, yeah.
I'm glad we're all Delap though, because
Delap.
it's.
It's
Delap.
obvious.
I can't believe he scored 12 goals this season. I looked at that earlier. I was thinking, how has he done that?
And 30 mil for a striker who can do that, I think that's a cheap fee for someone to
And his
make.
his clause is now like it
Yeah.
because Fabrizio. I'm convinced Fabrizio's got agents tapping him up because he tweets about Delap's
Yeah,
release
I think
clause
they do,
every
yeah.
2 minutes to remind everyone. Oh, by the way, if everyone
Yeah.
hasn't noticed, he's actually like available
He's
for 30
available,
million. He does it with Hoyson as well.
And
constant.
And Cunha.
He looks like he's off to Man United, doesn't
Been pretty much done.
it? Makes sense. Leicester City.
I mean, this was tough, Leicester.
I went Hermansen.
I think
I went Jamie Vardy purely because history.
And he's
Because Leicester have been so bad this
scored
season.
7 goals though. To be
There's
fair.
no standout players, so Vardy's leaving. Premier League legend. Give it to Jamie.
so you're giving him the award for aura.
Yes.
Best player in Leicester's history.
Yes.
I think he's off to Wednesday. Come on,
I saw Wrexham Link with
I did
Wrexham.
see that. I did see that this morning.
Yeah, Wrexham
Oh,
are
James
gonna-
McLean and Jamie Vardy play for Wrexham. Oh God, I think I'd probably be a Wrexham
Stephen
fan.
Fletcher to come on with 10 minutes to go.
With J-Rod as
J-Rod.
well, yeah.
Oh.
And Mo
And
Farah.
Matty James at centre mid.
It's mad. Who did you have?
I don't think they deserved their best player.
Oh, you've just completely just sat down and just gone, now forget it. Who did you have, Si?
I forgot what team we're on about. Oh, Leicester. Probably is the keeper, yeah, you're right.
You've just got full keep. You've got 20 goalkeepers, I've noticed in your list.
But that'd be even worse without him.
I just think that's that Arsenal.
I think he's actually a very
Do you
good
remember against
goalkeeper,
Arsenal
yeah.
when he made about 100 saves?
Yeah,
in that
I
game?
think-
That's literally the only thing I'm taking it on.
I think he's Premier League quality. But
That's because it's actually because he's the only Leicester player that's had one good game this season. So that's won it for him.
Didn't he still concede 4?
Yeah. We about 20. It's about 12 saves against in
It's
the.
mental.
Winks has looked okay here and there.
Tinky Winky.
And is it Mavadidi?
El Khanous
He's
has been.
looked all right here and there.
I think El Khanous being a 20-year-old has got a
But-
bit of flair about him. but
Yeah.
It's all meh. You're right.
Meh.
It is all
Meh.
meh. They're not even-
Lots of honourable mentions
No,
there as well,
just
which
mentions,
mean
no, just mentions.
exactly. So let's move on.
I agree.
Honourable.
They're not honourable.
They're just
They're not
mentions.
honourable like that.
They're just mentions.
Dishonourable mentions.
Liverpool.
28 Premier League goals this season.
Yeah.
Mo Salah.
Yeah.
Can't argue it.
Now highest overseas goal scorer, isn't he, in Premier League history? Mental.
Over to Aguero, didn't it?
As a
Scary.
winger,
I know, it's scary, isn't it? He's a joke.
Right forward.
Yeah.
And best overseas hair transplant. So
I don't know. Gabriel will argue that.
Townsend
he can
up
argue
there.
as much as he wants.
And Rob Holding will definitely have it out with you.
Townsend and Rob Holden are English. They're not
It's just
overseas.
overseas, yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant went overseas for their air transplant.
No.
What? He knows what they've gone for, does he?
highest scoring foreigner. Best foreign haircut.
Right, yeah.
Best
that-
foreign
yeah.
I like
with a hair
Makes
transplant.
more sense now.
Foreigner.
I heard you say it and I thought, we literally just said that. I like the fact that I see where your brain's gone. There's not much more that needs to be said on Liverpool there. It's quite an easy one.
It was either that or Van Dijk, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think. Again, Van Dijk just been so good again, being centre half, but
Honourable
he's the
mention.
chap who got goals, and he's so.
Only other person you could consider is Gravenberch.
But he didn't score 28 Premier League goals.
He did not. You are correct. Cover more ground.
Manchester City.
Covered more ground. Woo.
Instantly, no trophy.
Manchester City.
Guardiola.
I thought it was as difficult, Man City.
So did I.
Oh,
That's
did
why
you?
I've said
Yeah.
Guardiola.
I couldn't believe how difficult it
Yeah.
was. I looked at it and thought, oh. You look at it and you think, oh.
Is Haaland still the top scorer in the Premier League?
No.
Oh no, Salah will be.
yeah.
I've got-
Is he still second?
I think
He's
Mo-
second.
second still,
I've got
yeah.
Haaland.
Probably Haaland then, to be fair.
I've actually I went for Marmouche. Just he's been there for half a
He's been here 6
I
weeks.
know. But that's how poor I think Man City have been this year. And he's been a spark for second half of the season. I think he's been top for him.
Yeah, I've got Vardy, highest scoring defender in the league. Only one with anything to shout about, really.
Yeah.
As a City player.
He's looked the most solid
I went
out
Haaland.
of their
21 goals.
selection as well.
21 goals.
21 goals.
21 goals with several weeks out injured.
28
So yeah,
games.
probably.
21 goals.
probably Haaland
Great
as well.
return.
I know, it seems mental though. That's like frowned upon for Haaland, isn't it? That's a poor
Yeah,
season.
it's not a goal a game.
No, it's mental, isn't it? I looked at it and thought, oh, that's awful. And then I thought, wait, sorry. Remember where you are, sorry. What you on about? Like, this
Yeah.
is ridiculous. Who did you have, Matt?
Gvardiol.
You had Gavardio as well.
Well, he's looked the most solid out of their defensive.
Defenders.
Well, yeah.
Defensive
For some reason, the word defenders just wouldn't come out my mouth.
I was quite
yeah.
attacking defender.
It
Just wouldn't.
Sorry,
It just wouldn't come out.
Word you were trying to use. I was trying to help you. I was thinking defensive.
Well, I was thinking out of their defensive structure. It just didn't work. But the word defenders wouldn't leave my mouth.
When I jumped in, I wasn't taking the mickey. I was saving you from minutes of confusion.
I was confused as well. I was like, I can't help you here.
I would have
putting
just
you out-
broken out into the best defensive bin pick you have.
I was putting you
As
out your
opposed to
misery.
Haaland's attacking attacker.
I think another. I think this one actually was the easiest now in the league.
Oh god, yeah.
Manchester United.
Oh no.
Tom Heaton.
Bruno.
Let's not discuss it. Let's move
Literally,
on.
there was
just
literally
they don't deserve.
If you want to have a bit of fun, guys, go and have a look on the Manchester United website and look at their squad. Honestly, it's mental. It's so small, it's ridiculous.
Collier.
They're all just greyed out, loan, like it's ridiculous. I was thinking Anthony at a point, just purely because he's incredible, because I love him now.
It's great at Betis.
Yeah. Newcastle United, away the Mags.
We're the Mags. It could be 11 or 12 of them, man.
Isak.
Yeah, Isak.
It really could be a lot of them, but Isak scores the goals. I think Bruno's up there.
Bruno.
Yeah.
But Isak scores some of it. He doesn't
So
score.
many
He
goals.
scores so many goals. But such good goals as well.
Yeah.
Such incredible finishes. And some of his assists that he's got as a pretty top drawer as well.
Yeah.
That one over the top for Tonali the other week. Incredible.
Stupid. And it's a lovely volley from... Sorry, it's not a volley, it's a half volley from Tonali. Incredible. I just went Bruno G.
No, I think it was a volley.
Was it a volley?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know
Also
what-
a volley,
Oh,
yeah.
no, he hit it into the ground. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he smashes it into the ground. He does that beautiful... Oh, I just love it. Bruno G, just purely because I feel like he sets the tone. I feel like he's massive for
Proper
them.
captain, leader,
Yeah.
legend.
Somebody
vibes.
that just sets the vibe, because instantly, every game, it's an elbow to the head to any player on the pitch
Yeah.
within 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like he really gets it, gets the fans going, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Tears at the final as well. Love it.
Talking about how much he was being loved, wasn't he? He said, I've never felt like this.
He just he feels such a connection to the fans as well, which is quite a rare thing to see. Isn't it?
No, I love that. And I think I look at it, and you know when people say, oh, you can't see a player leaving because they care, I really hope he never does, because then I genuinely, I don't even know what love is if
But
he
then-
leaves, because that is pure love.
I think he'd only leave for like a Real Madrid or something like that. I don't.
But even then, I don't want him to. I want him
No.
to stay there for life.
He won't. He's going to stay
He
there
wore a
forever because they're going to win the
bucket
league.
hat, and he was chanting with the fans. He was getting his own chant going. I love him. And when he was crying, that interview, you could the emotion in that is incredible. Like he was saying, he's never felt like that kind of love and appreciation. I was just like,
That's not the emotion that you get when you win a trophy, you reach a milestone in your career, or anything. That's not proper affiliation, raw
yeah,
emotion.
I love that.
He wants it.
He wants
He
it.
really wants it.
He wants it.
Nottingham Forest.
I'm having two, and I don't care. And then Milinkovic and Murillo together.
Wood. Because if Chris Wood could. Chris Wood.
I've gone Chris Wood as well.
Say that again.
If Chris Wood could, then Chris Wood would.
No, I did.
Also
boy.
good boy.
Who have you got?
Morgan Gibbs-White.
Don't.
Nibbly wibbly musky
That is
wasky.
huge. That is huge.
Can't stand
Can you? I know you can't stand him, but surely you can appreciate him as a footballer.
Gone downhill since he left the Wolves.
It's cag.
He reached his peak at the Wolves.
Get the mask out.
Get the
Cry
mask
behind
out.
it.
Fetch the mask.
He's a sympathy captain.
He's so good. Yeah, I don't mind that shout at all. If you had to pick out the two, then, who do you prefer?
Murillo.
I think
Animal. Milenkovic keeps him level. If you leave him on his own, he's
How
like
is Milenkovic,
Tasmanian
by the
devil.
way, the least tapped out of those two? It's ridiculous.
the least angry.
But you put Murillo without Milenkovic, and it's like
You look at Milinkovic, he's a nightclub bouncer, isn't he?
yeah.
He's LA.
Like a really
The whole
rough,
time, yeah.
really rough nightclub as well. Not he's not a Nobu bouncer. He's a faces bouncer.
Yes.
I like that shot. I've never looked at him like that. I'm not going to be able to look at him the same way now.
You're spot on though, yeah.
And Murillo's shorts, just because again, it just adds to it. The fact that like his kit doesn't even look like it fits him. He's just
There's a
he's
proper-
just ready just to just
Proper
hurt
bull of a
people.
defender, isn't he?
Anyone, anywhere, anytime. Belsh.
Have it.
And so many great nearly goals.
Yeah, he just shoots them
Shooting from
everywhere.
50 yards.
Yeah.
At least once a game. There's every week on Match of the Day, I'm waiting for that highlight, and you hear the crowd shout "shoot" from everywhere with him. It's
And there's
incredible.
Murillo, 40 yards out.
Okay, then next one, Southampton.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Nope. Nope.
Pass.
Walker Peters.
Um,
At a real push.
I went for their top goal scorer, Big Paul.
4 goals.
Four
He's
goals.
not their top scorer.
4 goals, top goal scorer. So that's I went and looked. I googled it. And was like, so who's their top goal scorer? It has to be. That's the only logical thing I could think of. Just but we ignore the amount of goals he scored because he's scored the most goals. I'm like, there you go. That's the best player.
I'm going to say Dibbling said 2 good weeks.
I don't mind that.
Aaron Ramsdale, because he needs a bit of positivity in his life after his 4th relegation.
Yeah, that's proper. I'd forgotten about that. It's been a while, hasn't it? Si's not joining because they'll kick him out of the group chat. Yeah, we'll move on. I think that's all we need to say.
Stuck up for you tonight, Ramo.
Just a load of reactions at the wall clapping.
That's really good.
Spurs.
Oh, again, an awful one to choose.
Kulusevski for me.
Yeah, Kulusevski, yeah. I hadn't written anyone, so I agree with you.
I can't remember who I wrote, but I'm going to agree with you as well. That sounds about right to me.
He's the only one that seems to have come out with any glory.
Even against Liverpool, at times, he seemed like he wanted it this weekend. Like there was a few times where he dispossessed Gravenberch, and you see him win it and try and do something. There's no one ever with him, and I think he's the only one that stood out at all this season.
Considering they're meant to be such an exciting attacking team, he's stood out so many times as the only one who's got any attacking intent. Where there's actually meant to be 7 or 8 of those players that are meant to be attacking players.
You've got Madison who's like a tiki-taka, just side to side, goes nowhere with it.
Tiki-taka.
Correct.
I like that. Correct. That's good. That's sticking.
Brennan Johnson.
Yeah.
And maybe to add something different,
George
straight the barrel a bit.
He's their top goal scorer, to be fair. 11 goals this season.
Is he?
Yeah. Madison's second with 10.
Where's Solanke in this list?
£60 million Solanke, or
I don't know. I didn't get that far down the list.
£60 million Richarlison as well.
60 Solanke.
Any other player who's looked remotely good when he's been there, he's Van der Ven.
Matt ran a marathon, by the way, the other day. Respect.
Yeah, big respect, by the way. I'm still good that you didn't wear your...
Cheers, guys.
I really wanted you to wear the medal. It's really... the fact you said you were going to do it, I was actually quite excited.
No.
I think at the start of the podcast, you'd be like biting it in the corner. Like, I'd have been all for it. West Ham. For me, there was only one.
Bowen.
Yeah. You look at the rest of the squad, there's nobody.
No.
Kudus is a fraud, I've said this. He pops up
He's
every 10 weeks.
Full Krug for that interview last week. I enjoyed that.
That was the highlight of the season.
That was his highlight, yeah.
Full Krug.
I really thought he was going to be a banging sign. I've been really disappointed with him.
Yeah, I was super excited to watch
3 goals.
And just nothing.
He has been injured, to be fair, for quite a bit. I think he's only played like 12, 13 games, but it's still...
It's his own fault.
It's still not great. But
Antonio due back in training in a couple of weeks, apparently.
That's class.
That's wholesome.
Is it?
I can't believe it's mental.
I'm surprised by that.
Wholesome.
That's
best wishes from the pod. I know you're listening.
Yeah. I can't think
just
of any.
Bowen.
That's literally it.
That's literally it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because
maybe Wan-Bissaka. I know we mentioned him earlier.
But there's not been as good as Bowen, has it?
No, Bowen's a joke.
Yeah.
But I really need Bowen. I really want him to move on. I know he won't because of Danny Dyer.
He's got that huge contract,
and he's got a massive contract. But even still, he's too good to be at that level. The numbers we've been putting up now consistently for years. He can't be in and around a relegation zone.
You're right.
Like we're all talking about Cunha this season that Cunha's having. Bowen's had that for like 4 years now, so he shouldn't be in a.
He's so consistent at doing it.
Yeah,
but then I also think if he went to like a top 6 side, I don't think he'd start all the time for him, which is bizarre to say, isn't it?
And I think as a result of that, he'd drop out the England picture.
Yeah.
He's not a starter for England anyway.
Yeah, maybe.
But he's getting selected because he's playing well.
Yeah.
But he's not putting up at least 10 goals and like 10 assists.
But is he not a starter for England because he plays for West Ham? I feel like if he played at one of the bigger clubs and he does what he does
argument.
In Newcastle,
in the eyes of more people don't watch West Ham, do they? Yeah. People watch the bigger teams. If he did that week in, week out, what he's so good at, his directness, maybe he would be in the England team.
No, but I think he'd be great for Newcastle because it'd be somebody to actually compete.
They got Murphy there though
to compete. Look at on the left hand side. They've got Gordon and Barnes competing on that one side. Bit of competition.
Doesn't need it.
Murphy's the goat. You can't give competition to Murphy.
I think you've got to.
That's goat.
He just wouldn't play ever. Bowen.
Fair enough, but I think Newcastle would make sense. It'd be a perfect jump up for him.
No.
And then he'd get.
Don't ever say that again.
He can play down the middle as well.
He can
compete with Isak as well.
Which would help if Isak picks up a knock or something.
That's fine.
Like that.
Compete with Isak all day.
but not Jacob Murphy.
Doesn't mean you play.
Not my Jacob Murphy.
Okay, then the final team, Wolves. So you go first. Then who have you got?
See, first half of the season, naturally say Cunha.
I knew that he'd try and say not Cunha. It's embarrassing. Just admit it.
And then the second half, I'd say Agbadu.
It's Cunha. Don't be so stupid. You're such a typical Wolves fan. Oh, he signed the contract. He signed it so that we can sell him. He's unreliable. Get him out of my team. It's Cunha. Don't be so stupid. We're better off without him. Yeah.
We went 4 in a row.
Sound.
Can't boy.
Sound.
I don't think we'll be fine without us next year. Absolutely.
Yeah, because the 3 teams that come up will be worse than you again.
True, yeah.
The bloke has got 15 goals.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
In 29 games.
But Agbadu.
Agbadu's transformed our defence.
I've got Cunha.
It's obviously Cunha.
Highest scoring Brazilian in a single season in the Premier League now. Cunha is.
Is he actually?
Yeah.
Oh my!
Shame on all the other Brazilians.
Jeez, that's an incredible stat. That's really damning for the
It's only because he's not
Brazilian
good
nation.
enough to go and play for the big European teams where all the good Brazilians go.
But
He was at Atleti.
Joe didn't even put up those numbers, surely.
Jay and Bish, because on the sofa.
No, that's actually blown my mind. I'm now trying to I'm scattering around trying to think of any great Brazilian footballers that are playing in the Premier League. But
Willian.
Oh my word,
Ziraberto.
that's
you can think,
that's
but-
actually
There ain't
blown
really
my
been
mind.
that many, has
No,
there,
there
if you
hasn't.
think
Now I'm
about
thinking
it.
about it, yeah.
That's what I mean, because they all get picked up early doors and go and play in Europe.
Proper football.
Next thing you know, they're at Real or Barca,
Yeah. That's actually blown my mind.
PSG.
Rafinha. I'm just trying to think. And that was when he was cack.
Highest scoring Brazilian in the Premier League ever, but Agbadu.
Actually, yeah. You're not helping yourself there. That's
Agbadu. Do.
I was hoping that was the chant because with a name like that, it's got to be.
Oh, it
done.
has to be, yeah.
I was going to say
It's written for
That's
us,
an
isn't
open goal, surely. Beautiful ending. Thank you, guys. That was a beautiful podcast. And if you haven't already, please give us a 5-star review. Check us out on all of our socials as well.
See that finish on Wolves? Beautiful podcast. Beautiful end to the podcast.
I've got a question
That's
if
what
you
I
want
say
to end
every
the podcast not on a Wolves note.
Go on then.
Oh,
Do you think the 3 teams that come up are going to be the 3 that go down?
No, I think Burnley will stay up with Big Scotty P.
My man. There we
There's
go.
no way.
Yes.
And I think that Leeds should sack Farker as well.
I agree with what they're saying with him being
Yeah,
sacked
yeah.
because they've
Yeah.
said, haven't they? Anyone who
Not sack him. That sounds like he's being punished for a bad job.
part ways, mutual
consent.
agreement.
Give him a nice fat check.
Yeah.
Year
Thanks.
out.
Thanks for
gap
everything
year.
you've done.
He could come back the new Graham Potter.
When they're relegated again, come back then, can't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably haven't the help in, to be fair.
I wouldn't mind. I'd love his interviews. I love his voice. He's brilliant.
You huffed and you puffed and you signed the eviction notice.
So happy with the team as they're playing so well. I love it so much. I love him. But
I don't think Burnley will do well. I think because they can't score enough goals, and I think
but they don't
No,
concede.
but they don't
yeah, but
concede
Premier
what
League
they
teams
wanted.
will score
So
against
they
them.
conceded 15
Yeah,
goals.
but Premier
in
League teams
45
will score
games.
against them.
15
They're
goals.
playing against awful teams. Championship. They will concede so many goals. Premier League. I don't think they got hope in hell.
They're not
really
going
don't.
to concede as much as they did under Company. Nowhere near.
But they can't score.
They don't need
With
to score.
with company, they were still scoring goals, but they're just conceding a shed load. That was the opposite problem. They can't score, but they'll concede fewer. So
what's the
all the time.
so what's the blueprint if you're coming up from the Championship? Play the way that the 3 teams that have come up have played, or play like them and stand more. Do they not stand more of a chance than if they played like any of the teams that have got relegated this season?
How many points are you on at the minute?
Wolves?
Yeah.
42.
Okay. So if they... And what's the team below you?
There's a few.
Spurs?
We're now 13.
United, Spurs,
Everton,
West Ham are
Ham.
17th.
West Ham are 17th on how many points?
38,
I'll get it up
maybe.
now.
Okay, so
36.
38 is going to keep them up if Burnley draw every game next season.
If you
they're
keep a
gonna stay
clean
up
sheet
again.
every week,
But they won't.
you get at least 38
Oh,
points.
if but's a monkey, don't say it, boys. Come
They're
on.
on 36.
You're only
currently.
saying this because if one of them teams stays up, you're going to be in real trouble next
But
year.
no, we'll be fine.
Especially without Cunha.
No, they'd be better off without him.
You know,
If
oh,
Cunha
yeah,
stays,
sorry,
they'll be
no,
in
of
trouble.
course.
This year, Wolves have actually improved than last year season, which I think is mental to say, by the way. We're currently higher in the league than we were last year.
To be fair, I'd
That's
be as
mental.
positive as you if my gaffer was coming into the pub. after games. Whenever I see that, it
Do you know
annoys
what?
me.
Six in a row, six in a row,
I see
six
it.
in a row.
I see it and I can't help but respect it. When I see stuff like that, I'm like,
First the points.
Yeah,
then
that
Then the
points.
points, yeah.
incredible.
Great rate it, but the bloke's a mercenary, and as soon as he gets a better offer from somewhere else, he will cut and run, because that's what he's done
That's
everywhere
what
he's
you're
been.
hoping. That's just what you're hoping, because you can't
No,
get
that-
Tony Mowbray to work out again for you, but Columbia River.
Proven.